Hi, everybody. This is Christina Pierre, principal at Sunrise, and I'm going to give you the rundown on what our plans are for our next version of hybrid learning, Hybrid 2.0, starting February 22nd. So I'm just going to kind of summarize what I'm sending out to you today. First of all, here's our timeline. February 18th and 19th will be transition days. Those are work days for staff. There will be no school for students on those days. No school February 18th and 19th. And then our Hybrid 2.0 will begin on February 22nd. On Mondays through Thursdays, all students will log into their classes, whether they're at school or at home. We will have distance learning for all students every day. And so students will log into their classes. We'll continue to have 60 minutes of synchronous time, and then we'll also have some asynchronous time where students are working on their own or with the teacher or with small groups. Fridays, we are adding Fridays. Students will now be logging in on Fridays. We will have shortened classes on Fridays. Classes will meet at 8:20, 9:10, and 10 o'clock. Attendance will be taken on Fridays. If you would like to change your child's learning model, so we're going to assume that you are staying with what you chose in the fall. So remember, in the fall, we had some students coming to school 2 days a week for hybrid, and we had some students staying home all the time for distance. So we're going to assume you're going to stay with that plan. If you would like to change, then you can do that. You can request a change by filling out this form. And so you click on this link in my email to fill out that form. Remember, it's easy for us to switch you to distance. If you want to go from hybrid to distance, that's an easy change. We will honor that. If you want to go from distance to hybrid, though, if you've been doing distance all year long, you haven't been coming to school, and you want to switch to hybrid, we will allow it if we are able to. And so what we have to do is make sure we have the space in classrooms. We still have to have social distancing in classrooms. And so we have to check through your child's schedule and make sure that we can make it work. So it will take a couple days for us to let you know whether that'll work, that switch to hybrid. Again, if you're fine with staying with the plan you already have, whatever your child did in the fall, you don't need to fill out that form. Okay, and then we have transportation. And again, if your child was already being transported in the fall, you don't need to fill this out. It's only if you need to change, if you need to opt into transportation at this point, that would be the only time that you would fill out the transportation form. And so to qualify for transportation, remember, your child needs to live over 1.5 miles away from school. Otherwise, parents need to transport or students need to walk. If your child is new to White Bear Lake Schools, then you should fill out this form if you're going to need transportation. And then the rest of these bullets in the email will just tell you like when you'll be able to see the changes in Skyward and how long it takes transportation to process your request. If you want your child to be able to start transportation on February 22nd and they have not been transported before, you absolutely need to get the form done by February 15th. So, and again, you can use this link that we have here in the email. And then finally, we're providing the phone number and email for transportation. So Sunrise students and families, we're really excited for our students to come back to school more often. We're also really excited that students are going to be able to log into their classes every single day of the week. And so, you know, as we move forward, I know there'll be questions. Please don't hesitate to reach out, send me an email, give us a call in the main office, and we're happy to help.